Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell all the coolest Japanese collectibles and figurines straight out of Japan. And you can find out more details about us in the description of this video, including our Facebook page and our eBay store. So in this video we'll be looking at the figure you see in front of you, obviously, which is the Trunks HQ DX figure released by Banpresto in 2005. So this is a pretty old figure. The HQ DX series is the high quality deluxe series, and you pretty much know this series because it has this distinct style of base. There were about 20 figures released in this series, and this is the only Trunks one that was released, but there were actually two different versions of this one. There is this one, and then there is the clear hair version. I believe the clear version one might be rarer, but I don't know, this one's probably more popular. I don't know, but anyway, there are two versions of them, and yeah, there aren't actually too many figures of Super Saiyan Future Trunks, and the ones that do exist do not have his sword drawn. So there is the which I actually have here, the Legend of Saiyan Trunks, and as you can clearly see, that one does not have the sword drawn. And then there was also the Master Size Piece figure that was released, was it this year, 2016? I think it was. So yeah, this is pretty much the only, at least Banpresto figure that has Trunks with the sword drawn, but I'm pretty convinced that they're going to have a dramatic showcase Trunks with Cyborg Frieza with a sword drawn Trunks, but there has been no announcement to date. That's just purely me guessing, but this is a pretty cool figure. You can see that the sword is actually quite big, and it has some really nice coloring and detail. You can see even here the button and just the stitching. You got to remember, again, this figure came out in 2005, so you know it's 2016 now, so more than 10 years ago. You can see the feet also have lots of nice detail, and sorry if it's a bit too light, the camera's playing up a bit, but there is the other foot, and you'll notice that the logo is actually red. Now the manga version had Trunks with a red logo and a very light blue jacket, and the anime had it with a black logo and a dark blue jacket. It almost feels like they've gone in between here. They've got the darker blue jacket, but they've still used the red logo, so that's interesting. But anyway, and then you've obviously got the back of the hilt, and you can't put the sword in there. You can see it's closed, but that would have kind of been cool, but I'm not surprised that you can't. And then some nice wave there. This is actually pretty much the only action pose figure in the whole set. The HQ DX, as I said, had over 20 figures, and they're all pretty much just standing on their base plate. This is pretty much the only one that actually has a sort of dramatic pose and a dramatic look, but that's what he looks like. There you can see his eyes a little bit better. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really nice figure, and even though it's old, I still think it's one of the best figures of Trunks just because it is in a dramatic pose. There's a comparison with an iPhone 5 case, and this is the comparison with the Legend of Saiyan figure that came out in 2010. But yeah, very nice figure. As I said, we don't have it listed, this one, in our store, because it's quite rare just because it's old, but we can certainly find you one specially, and all you need to do is send us a message via the links below in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. This was the Super Saiyan Trunks high quality deluxe figure released by Banpresto in 2005.